Welcome my dear student. Before solving the exercise 7.6 we have to recall the applications of first derivative. So we are going to apply monotonicity of functions, okay, and maxima minima. There are two things: absolute maximum minimum and also local extremum, local maximum minimum. So first thing, there are two types of functions: monotonic increasing and monotonic decreasing. So f of x is a increasing function in a given interval when a less than b, then f of a less than or equal to f of b, then the function f of x is said to be monotonic increasing. Okay. Similarly, when a less than b, then f of a is greater than or equal to f of b in the interval I, then f is said to be decreasing function on capital I. So using first derivative test, how can we say increasing or decreasing? Means for all the f of x is function differentiable on the open interval a comma b, and the first derivative f dash of x greater than or equal to for all x belongs to the given interval. Okay, for all x belongs to the given interval, then f is said to be increasing function, monotonic increasing. Suppose only f dash of x greater than 0 means it is called a strictly increasing function. Similarly, if it is first derivative less than or equal to 0 means in that interval f of x is decreasing function, monotonic decreasing. Suppose only less than 0 means it is called as strictly decreasing function. Okay, so the next concept is a critical number, a value of x which satisfies the condition either f dash of x equal to 0 or f dash of x does not exist. Does not exist means what value of x, the first derivative becomes infinity. So either f dash of x equal to 0 or f dash of x does not exist. For example, the value is some x naught means that x naught is called as the critical number. Again, that x naught comma f of x naught, that point is called as a stationary point. So for example, consider the sine curve. Okay, so up to it is pi by 2 0 pi. So up to 0 to pi by 2 the curve is increasing, and pi by 2 to pi it is decreasing. So we can find out with respect to the first derivative. Okay, and the next concept is extremum. Extremum means it indicates both, okay, maximum and minimum. There are two types of extremums. The one is absolute extremum, the second one is local extremum. So look at the, for example, it is the graph of the given function y equal to f of x. Okay, so if you take this limit as jump 0 and it is some a, okay, and this is a and it is some b, okay, consider this as c and d. We can divide it into some sub intervals. So look at this, between this a and b there is a minimum, there is a maximum. Between here a and b, so there is a maximum value and there is a minimum value. Okay, and between b and c there is a minimum and there is a maximum. So they are called as local extremum. Okay, so imagine like that. But on the whole curve, if you consider the whole thing 0 to c, so there is a maximum and there is a minimum. So that may be considered as the absolute maximum and absolute minimum. Okay, so now how can we get absolute maximum and absolute minimum combinedly called as absolute extremum? Okay, it is very simple one. For example, y equal to f of x is a given function and interval is a comma b. Okay, so find out the critical numbers. Find out the critical numbers. For example, x naught is the critical number. So put x naught, lower limit, upper limit, all the values in the given function. For example, we are getting two critical numbers x1 and x2. Find out f of x1, f of x2, f of a, f of b. Okay, find out the critical numbers. So for example, we are getting two critical numbers x1 and x2 and lower limit a, upper limit b. Find out f of x1, f of x2, f of a, f of b. So among the four values, the highest value is called as the, for example, it is some -1, it is 0 and it is -6, it is 7 means. So compare the values. Among the four values, the highest value is called as the absolute maximum and the lowest value is called as the absolute minimum. So this is the working rule to find out the absolute extremum. Next concept, local extremum. My dear student, remember, local extremum does not exist at the end points. So no need to put the lower limit and upper limit. So the working procedure is find out the critical numbers, either f dash of x equal to 0 or f dash of does not exist. So find out the critical numbers. Okay, put the critical number in the so find out the critical number by equating the first derivative to 0. For example, we are getting some x naught. So okay, and the interval is some a comma b. Divide the suppose we are discussing in the real line means minus into plus means divide into 2, minus infinity to that x naught and x naught to plus infinity. Okay, it is only one example. Okay, now put any value from the first interval in the first derivative. Okay, between minus infinity and x naught, put any value in the first derivative. Okay, suppose first derivative value is negative. Similarly, put any value from the second interval. Suppose first derivative is positive. So if the sign changes from negative to positive means that x naught gives the local minimum. That x naught is not a local minimum. Corresponding f of x naught is the local minimum. For example, in the first interval, the first derivative is positive. In the second interval, the first derivative negative. Here, the sign changes from positive to negative. So, that x naught gives the local maximum and f of x naught is the local maximum. Negative to positive means local minimum. Positive to negative means local maximum. That x naught is not the answer. The corresponding f of x naught is the local maximum or minimum. Okay, exercise 7.6, question number 1. There are 4 subdivisions. The question is, find the absolute extremum of the following functions on the given closed interval. Question number 1 is, f of x equal to, okay, x square minus 12x plus 10. X square minus 12x plus 10. And in the interval, closed interval 1 comma 2. Okay, so already told you. So find out the critical number. Okay, either first derivative equal to 0 or first derivative does not exist. So equate find out the first derivative, 2x minus 12. So f dash of x equal to 0, which implies we can take 2 into x minus 6 equal to 0, x equal to 6. It is the critical number. Okay, is the critical number. Critical number. Okay, already told you, find out the corresponding f value. So find out f of 6, f of 1, f of 2, the lower limit and the upper limit. So put x equal to 6, 36. Okay, so minus, what is that? 6 12s are 72 plus 10. So 46 minus 72. So what we are getting? Minus 26. Put x equal to 1. 1 minus 12 plus 10. So 11 minus 12 is minus 1. And put x equal to 2. 4 minus 24 plus 10. So 14 minus 24, 10. So now compare the values. Okay. So what about the values? So minus 26, minus 1, 10. So among the, here minus 10. So among the 3 values, okay, so which is the lowest value? Minus 26 is the lowest value and minus 1 is the highest value. Therefore, the absolute maximum is minus 1, okay, and the absolute minimum is minus 26. To question number 1, exercise 7.6. The question is f of x equal to 3x power 4 minus 4x cube, and the limit interval is closed interval minus 1 comma 2. Okay, so obviously find out the first derivative. F dash of x equal to n into x power n minus 1 formula, 12 into x power 3 minus 12 into x square, take 12x, okay, so 12x square, so x minus 1, so f dash of x equal to 0, which implies, okay, so 12x square into x minus 1 equal to 0. Either x square equal to 0, that means x equal to 0 2 times, okay, and x equal to 1. So we got two critical numbers, therefore the critical numbers are 0 and 1. We got two critical numbers, so find out the corresponding f value. So f of 0, put x equal to 0, we are getting 0. F of 1, put x equal to 1, so 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Similarly, find out f of minus 1, put the lower limit, okay, so minus 1 the whole power 4 plus 1, so 3, again minus 1 the whole cube is minus 1, minus into minus plus 4, so we are getting 7, okay, and again put f of 2, put x equal to 2, 3 into 8, 2 cube is 8, so 3 8s are, what is the 24, okay, I think, sorry my dear student, here 2 power 4 means 16 into 3 48, okay, so minus 4 into 2 cube is 8, 4 8s are, okay, 32, so what we are getting 16, okay. Now we have 4 values, 0, minus 1, 7 and 16. So among the 4 values, 16 is the highest value, so absolute maximum is 16, and minus 1 is the lowest value, and the absolute minimum is minus 1. Division 3, question number 1, exercise 7.6. The question is f of x equal to 6 into x power 4 by 3 minus 3 into x power 1 by 3. Again we are going to find out the first derivative. So use the same n into x power n minus 1 formula. 6 into 4 by 3 into x power 4 by 3 minus 1. So 4 minus 3 by 3. So that is 1 by 3. 4 by 3 minus 1. Minus 3 into 1 by 3. So x power 1 by 3 minus 1. I am here keeping x power 1 by 3 minus 1. The reason is we can take 1 by 3 in common. Okay. So listen. So here 1 3 2 3. So f dash of x equal to 2 4s are 8 into x power 1 by 3. 3 3 cancel. So minus x power 1 by 3 this into x power minus 1, that can be written as 1 by x. X power 1 by 3 into x power minus 1. So x power minus 1 can be written as 1 by x. Are you clear? So here we can take x power 1 by 3 in common. So x power 1 by 3 into 8 minus 1 by x. Okay. So x power 1 by 3 by x into 8x minus 1. Okay. Simplify. Okay, x power 1 by 3 by x into 8x minus 1. Okay, so now already we know the definition. Critical numbers means either first derivative equal to 0 or first derivative does not exist. Okay, or if you want you can move this one to the denominator. It becomes x power 1 minus 1 by 3 becomes x power 2 by 3. So if you want you can rewrite as 1 by x power 2 by 3 into 8x minus 1. Are you clear? So now critical numbers means either first derivative equal to 0 or first derivative does not exist. So if we equate first derivative to 0, we are getting 8x minus 1 equal to 0, x equal to 1 by 8. Okay, so we are getting x equal to 1 by 8. And one more thing, if we put x equal to 0, anything by 0 infinity, so f dash of x does not exist. So both are the critical numbers. Therefore the critical numbers are 0 and 1 by 8. We got two critical numbers. Now find out the corresponding f. So f of 0, f of 1 by 8, f of what is the here the limit interval is given as minus 1 comma 1, close interval minus 1 comma 1. So find out f of minus 1, f of plus 1. Okay, so if we put x equal to 0, f of 0 is again 0. If we put x equal to 1 by 8, listen here, so 1 by 8 can be written as 1 by 2 cube. Are you clear? So put it here, 6 into 1 by 2 cube, the whole power 4 by 3. So this 3 and 3 cancel, okay, and minus 3 into 1 by 2 cube, the whole power 1 by 3, 3 cancel, okay. So simplify it, 16 by, okay, so 6 by 2 power 4 is 16 minus 3 by, okay, 3 by 2. So now we can cancel this 3 times, here 8 times, 3 by 8 minus 3 by 2, take the LCM. So 3 minus 4 by, 3 into 4, 12. 3 minus 12 by 8, so minus 9 by 8. So we are getting f of 1 by 8 equal to minus 9 by 8. Okay, now our aim is to find out f of minus 1. So put x equal to minus 1, minus 1 the whole power 4 by 3. Okay, so we are getting plus 1, so we are getting 6. Okay, and minus 1 the whole power 1 by 3, it is minus, so minus into minus plus 3, so we are getting 9. So the value is 9. And once again we are putting 1, f of 1 is 6 minus 3, so we are getting 3. So now we have 4 values, 0, minus 9 by 8, 9 and 3. The highest value is 9, the absolute maximum is 9, and the lowest is minus 9 by 8. So absolute minimum is minus 9 by 8. Subdivision 4, question number 1, exercise 7.6. The function is f of x equal to 2 cos x plus sin 2x and interval closed interval 0 comma pi by 2. Our aim is to find out the absolute extremum. So usual find out the first derivative. So 2 differentiation of cos x is minus sin x, 2 is a constant, plus the differentiation of sin 2x is 2 cos 2x. Okay, so rewrite into any one of them either in terms of sin or in terms of cos. Okay, so minus 2 sin x plus 2 into, we know that cos 2a formula 1 minus 2 sin square a. So use the formula here, 1 minus 2 sin square x. Okay, I think for these 2 we can take 2 in common. So 2 into, okay, what is that, or we can take minus 2 outside, minus 2 sin x, it becomes minus 1 plus sin square x. Okay, my 2 sin square x. So minus 2 into 2 sin square x plus sin x minus 1, rearranging the terms, we can take this 2 minus 2 outside. So minus becomes plus, plus becomes minus. Okay. So now equate the first derivative to 0. So which implies 2 sin square x plus sin x minus 1 equal to 0. Minus 2. We can leave it. So to factorize this, write this sin x as, okay, 2 sin x minus sin x. Okay. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So for the first to take 2 sin x in common. So 2 sin x into sin x plus 1. Remaining 2 take minus 1. So sin x plus 1 equal to 0. So take sin x plus 1. So 2 sin x minus 1 equal to 0. Either sin x equal to minus 1 or sin x equal to 1 by 2. Equate 1 by 1 to 0. If we equate the first term to 0, we are getting sin x equal to minus 1. If we equate second term to 0, we are getting 1 by 2. Okay. So the interval is 0 to pi by 2. For what value of x, sin theta is 1 by 2 means 30 degree. So x equal to pi by 6. Here for what value of x sin theta minus 1. So x equal to 3 pi by 2. But it does not belongs to the given interval. Therefore it is not the suitable value. So x equal to pi by 6 is the critical number. Okay. So either first derivative equal to 0, in the meantime it must be lie on the given interval. So it is the only suitable value. So find out f of 0, f of pi by 2 and f of pi by 6. Okay. F of 0 means put x equal to 0. Okay. So what is that? Cos 0 is 1. So 2 into 1, 2. Sin 0 is 0. So for f of 0 we are getting 2. And put x equal to pi by 2. So 2 into cos pi by 2, 0, plus sin 2 into pi by 2, 2 cancel, sin pi is 0. Again we are getting 0. Then put x equal to pi by 6, 2 into, so what is cos 30? Cos 30, sorry, 2 into 30. So cos 30 is, so it is root 3 by 2 plus sin 2 into 30. 2 into 30 is 60. Sin 60 also root 3 by 2. So 2 root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 root 3 by 2. So f of 30 is 3 root 3 by 2. Now compare the values. So it is the absolute maximum and 0 is the absolute minimum. So absolute maximum is 3 root 3 by 2 and absolute minimum is 0.